If you haven't seen it by now, Bam Adebayo went over to the Prime Studio half court to break down the new Miami Heat offense. The most unique thing about it is that they don't set a lot of ball screens. In fact, they set half as many as the 29th ranked team, and based on how Bam introduced it, we can see why.
When we bring it up, we want open elbows and open space. So this is an automatic action. It's open space, one-on-one, you can go.
The Heat want to fly down the court as quickly as they can, with the first order of business getting both corners filled. Now they want to keep the lane open with very few low post or high post touches. And you can see how the defense gets stretched out to their breaking point. Bringing 4 players to the ball for a pick and roll is against the principles of the spread offense, hence they don't run many.
Because it's some random statistic that if you get the ball below the free throw line in the NBA, good things happen.
Yeah.
So you fill over, and then swing it back.
I fill up.
And now he can go, or if he go that way, you keep filling. Dirk, you gonna end up cutting.
And here's exactly this action, with Bam reversing the ball out top and then filling a corner, as everyone functions in a wheel around the court to fill the perimeter positions. If that drive out top can lure help one pass away off the corner, great. It will yield a high percentage shot. And the player whose shot profile has changed the most radically is Bam's. He went from averaging less than 1 3-point attempt for his career to 7 attempts through 7 games. The biggest reason for this is instead of his usual hovering around the elbows, he is now spacing to the 3-point line instead. Because everyone on the team is empowered to drive the basketball, and he's normally guarded by the opposing center, they can take advantage of the natural instinct of Bam's man to help to the ball, opening up shots from behind the arc. The best version of this is when he can catch and shoot in the corner when the wing drives and he holds his position. So far, defenses have been willing to help off of him, but if he continues to shoot over 36% on these, that will probably change. And we're already starting to see this effect as Larson drives off the back of the cutter into the middle, and Zubats won't leave Bam to help on the shot, and they earn a trip to the free throw line. Lest you think Bam and Norm gave away all their secrets, there are some other details about this offense they didn't get into, like utilizing cutters to engage the defense and potentially open up more space between defenders, also known as a gap. Here's an example of Jaime Jaquez not quite getting to the corner first, but Drew Smith becomes the cutter and essentially brush screens Nick Batum and allows Jaquez to attack on the catch to achieve their primary objective in this offense, a middle drive. You can see how this forces help off the weak side corner, and an easy pass, easy shot yields great results from their center, Khalil Ware. Here's another example of that dribble over 45 cut that serves as a brush screen and opens up the 3-point shot that almost goes in. Notice that the initiation of the offense is almost always a dribble to the wing instead of the old-fashioned guard-forward pass. They execute almost no handoffs, as Jovic keeps it while Wiggins makes that 45 cut through the lane, allowing Fontecchio to have the whole side of the floor to work with. This creates a wide-open 3 out top, but Marcus Smart is doing smart things. The concept of opening up gaps by cutting through serves to open up more space and allow the individual talent to shine through with all manner of dribble drive skills that are necessary to make this offense work. By cutting through and Wiggins lifting to the wing, he finds himself with the entire right side of the floor to work with and is able to squeeze through the help rotation and knock this one down. Davion Mitchell might not be averaging a ton of points, but watch how Ware's cut opens up the gap he needs as well as taking away the help for the nice finish right at the rim. And on this initiation, Bam's cut along the baseline clears the entire side out, and now watch how Larson's 45 cut to the hoop occupies Austin Reeves long enough to allow the great hook pass like a laser on time and on target for the 3-point assist. One guy who's taken advantage of these opportunities is Jaime Jaquez, who doesn't need to get too fancy with his dribble in order to muscle his man into the paint for a variety of finishes. And watch out if he gets a full head of steam, the excitement is real, sports fans. It's that same feeling I get when I rip a new slab pack from Arena Club. I'm always on the edge of my seat at that moment I get to see which cards come through, knowing I can use my knowledge of the game and the players to figure out whether to sell, trade, or buy even more cards, all in one place. When perusing Arena Club's website, look how easy it is to chase grails, flip slabs, and grow your collections with players you love. And you know you're getting a real deal with each pack. Arena Club is completely transparent by showing every card in the pack, and you'll know the likelihood for each card before you buy. I really like that not only can I get the actual physical card from the Arena Club vault if I want, I get an instant offer for it the second the player is revealed based on fair market value. I can take the deal on the spot, simple, fast, and risk-free. Let's see who I just got in my most recent pack. Ooh, the tension is real, sports fans. And it's SGA Rookie Card. Huge pickup to get the MVP, and I'm sure the offers will come flooding in. Right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/bball and use code BBALL. So what are you waiting for? Get over to Arena Club now and start trading.
The person who cuts or dribbles through is kind of like sit and see.
Waiting.
So when you pass me the ball and you're sitting there, you're seeing what I'm doing. So if I pass it to Dirk and he goes baseline, you feel, you gonna cut, and we just keep filling behind.
Yep.
So it's just constant movement.
Let's look at this concept Bam mentioned called sit and see, as Jaquez initiates by dribbling to the wing and Wiggins cuts through into the sit and see role. As he sees Jaquez turn this into a post-up, he vacates the space, which pulls Larson's man to him, allowing the baseline cut and easy reverse layup to occur. As they swing the ball around the perimeter, Ware cuts through to the sit and see position, patiently waiting until Jovic sees the height advantage and just throws it up to the rim. Here's another example where Larson finds himself in the area under the hoop, and once he sees the drive coming at him, he breaks up to the wing, luring his man to double the ball. When the wing dribbles towards Fontecchio out top, that triggers the cut from him to the basket so they can swing it to the other side, where Bam can attack on the catch and take advantage of his dribbling and speed to draw the foul. At its best, the offense gets down the floor quickly and into an attack where the players don't get into a triple threat stance after catching it. The more people attack on the catch by splitting their feet or doing a stampede catch, the easier it is to collapse the defense into a tight radius near the paint. When they're spaced as wide as possible on the perimeter and that ball starts humming from player to player, with those cuts opening up gaps, there's simply no need for off-ball screens to get people open, as Coach Spoelstra has empowered every person on the floor to drive it when they can. This is the beautiful game that the Spurs made popular 12 years ago, primarily by doing it to Spoelstra and the Heat themselves. And it makes sense the Heat would come back around and utilize some of the same concepts. Of course, when it doesn't work this well, it can be a cause for concern. Cutting through to open up the gap on the strong side also means poor spacing on the weak side, as there's just nowhere for Mitchell's teammates to go. That means Reeves can leave his man and let Luka guard two in the corner, and when a defender stays home on the wing, it leaves Mitchell with very few choices. And personnel becomes an issue too, and while I know Jovic is good at driving to the hoop, allowing him to attack on the catch with his weak hand dribble against Kawhi Leonard is a mistake. Simone Fontecchio will help them as a spot-up shooter, but I don't think making him into a dribble drive passer is going to yield the best results against NBA defenses. And this does remind me that the Heat employed some of these same concepts back when they had the Heatles, and it always struck me as a little odd that they'd have Mario Chalmers initiate as much as he did, considering they had three of the best players in the league standing and watching. They've also pushed the pace on the fast break in an incredible turnaround from last year, shooting from 25th in percentage of time to 2nd overall. But their efficiency in transition is lagging in the middle of the pack. They lead the league in pace as well, where they were 27th last year, indicating that everything they do with the ball is much faster. They went from 11th last year in time of possession to 1st. But the problem is, all this speed has earned them a 116.4 offensive rating. Good for only 12th in the NBA. But it is a big jump from last year, so that's something, and I imagine once we get another 10 games notched, we'll really see how this ranking shakes out. By practically eliminating the pick and roll and handoffs, they're certainly presenting a different type of attack that can be a distinct advantage in the regular season. But I'm worried that when their opponents have a week to prepare for them in the playoffs, they'll be able to cut off those driving lanes because of those weak side spacing issues and force turnovers and really tough paint shots. Adding Tyler Hero will most definitely help because this type of offense is predicated on needing talented drivers. And there is no doubt Hero is one of the most talented of this group. But the question is, will he be able to facilitate the drive kick swing they're looking for to get open shots? Or will it end up with just the drive part into the teeth of the defense and yield ill-advised shots that could lead to runouts for the other team? Only time will tell, but for now, let's enjoy as much of the beautiful game as we can.